All right. Yes, I'm back again. And I, oh, I'm just trying to get myself situated here. And for some reason, it feels like the air is off. And I know that it's not, but it feels like it. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Devil platform with another message, and I will say this is a lovely day, evening in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall rest therein. Praise the mighty Yah this evening. Shalom, shalom in the live chat. It's good to see you. Love seeing you, really. uh, um, I just have a feel tonight to come on here and talk about something that I kind of stayed away from for quite some time. And I think it's time. I believe it is this day that Sister Deborah should share some things about herself and what Yah has instilled in her. Okay. Because it really most likely was it's going to help others to know that they don't have to come out of the zone in which they live to match up with anyone or to line up with someone's belief, someone's understanding, someone's way of thinking, someone's way of feeling, someone's way of communicating. You don't have to live like that. You don't have to live like that. So I'm just going to let you know I am what you call a living testimony. Okay. And when I say a living testimony, hello in the live chat. It's good to see you all. When I say a living testimony is I'm saying that there is something about me that I have not really put out there that's can help someone today. It really can. And not just one, it could help many because not only will it help you, it's going to help me to know that you know how he said he gave one this amount, he gave the other one this amount, and the one he gave one, even though he gave him that one, he hid it, because he knew that he would return and he wanted to make sure he had that one. Well, with me is there are some things about how the Most High Yah has been dealing with me as a little girl, even to today, that I have not shared with you all. And I want to do that because I think it's very important because I believe there are several of you on this live chat that's going to need what I'm about to say because it's going to set you free in a way that you have not been free in this walk in which you are walking. You're walking and trying to stay in the light and stay lined up with the light, but I come to bring you good news and why Sister Deborah feel so set apart and so separate in the way people on these platforms think and the way they feel, the way they act. You know, I feel so separate from them. And it's this being feeling this way is not saying that I'm better than they are, they are, or I'm just all that and some. I don't even rumble that way. I know that I ain't nobody. I tell you all the time, I ain't got no sense, and I know it. So we're going to talk today, and as we talk, I'm going to share some things that I have not shared, and I hope that I ain't gonna hope, I know that it's going to bless someone. Anyone in the live chat want to start off today? bringing up some issues we can probably cover right now, or some things that would be good for us to talk about right now, or anything that's it's so much, isn't it? So much going on that where you don't even know where to start, because it's no end to none of it. You can't see the end to it. It's like if it's not one thing, it's something else. It's all it looks as, and everything is moving fast. I don't know if you all noticed that. Everything is moving fast. Today when I was out, I recognized something that I already knew because I was running my mouth, and just running my mouth, I walked in that truth. I've actually seen things that I've been talking about right before my eyes. And that was, there is a lot of business that people owned at one time or another that is closed. I mean, closed down, okay? To where they got the people through the four corners of the world thinking here in this country there's all these jobs. No, it isn't. See, they on the end to manipulate you and deceive you so they can do all of their wickedness. And if they already got the people in fear and control, that's the number one thing you need to take over a people. Okay, is to get them in fear and control. Because once you put that fear, it allows you to have full control over them. And they have reached that level already this day. They reached it last year doing the same thing. They putting that fear out there and that control. Once they put that fear out and that control, that's it. And this is what I'm going to say too. What else I've seen was when I saw them start putting out mandatory face covering, I knew it's no return, y'all. It's not going to be a return. You're not going to make it back to even what it was a month ago. Okay, those days are just strictly over. Okay. It's really moving fast. I'm buffing. Am I? Or you know what? It's the strangest thing. Yesterday I caught the devil because as I was looking at all my connection, everything looks good. And that there, I know would have to be the work of the enemy, you guys. I'm telling you, it would have to be the work of the enemy. When that happened not yesterday, once before, I think it was last week, I was like, how could that happen? What was going on? And why is that? Let me know in the live chat is if it is still doing the same thing. If let me know, please. And I appreciate y'all letting me know that. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out why would it do that. I'm telling y'all that just like yesterday, I know that was the work of the devil. Because if you were here where I'm at, you'll see all the hookups, everything is good. So why would it just cut off just like that? While I was talking, just flicked off. And I'm like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. And he did it again last week. And I just like trying to, what I will tell you, and I will share with you all, he has been given the authority to tap in and to tap out on pretty much on some issues or some things in your life. I know we think that, oh no, we all letting, no, baby. I've seen him come in and try to mess up. I'm telling you, try to kill, steal, and destroy. And if it wasn't for the grace and the mercy of my Most High God and the protection, no, boy, I'm gonna tell y'all, it had to been probably 24 years ago. I was in my bedroom sleep. And it had to been like 2 or 3 in the morning. And it's a little side table right on the side of my bed. Do you all know I heard something running down the hallway of my house, running into my room. And all of a sudden, it was like, yeah, I have never experienced this level of something being thrown against the wall right next to my bed, right next to my bed near the nightstand. And it was like, I heard it in the I heard something in the hallway, but it was like it was running real fast, and all of a sudden it was like a. I'm telling you all, it was a sight to see. I can't even see it. It was nighttime, but I seen it based on what I felt, cause I thought it was a hole in the wall. That was just how loud it was, and you know how if something fly across you, the wind of whatever it was, it flew. I'm laying in the bed like this. All of a sudden, I heard that noise. I was like this, and I actually felt whatever it was being thrown against the wall, and the wall said, "Bam!" I was like, I woke. I thought I was asleep, but I wasn't asleep because I felt that the wind. The Most High told me that morning. He said, "Deborah, the enemy came up on you last night, and I took care of him." I was like, "But what was he? Why?" He said he came in, and I had to take care of him. Everything's okay. And I was like, "Oh my, that was such a." I didn't see it, but I felt it. I heard the sound of the wall. It was like somebody caved into the wall. Something got thrown into the wall. And it hit it so hard. I mean, I was like, but it was it wasn't frightened. I wasn't afraid. It was almost like I knew something had taken place in the spiritual realm because I went right back to sleep. So that morning I did. I said, "Father, what was that I experienced in the late midnight hour? What was that slammed into the wall?" And he began to tell me it was okay. The enemy he came in, and I took care of it. And I was like, wow. So don't think that the enemy cannot come up on you, or he cannot interfere with things in your household, outside of your household, places that you're going, and things that you're doing. Oh yes, it's no way the computer should have went out last night nor last week. And last week it really shocked me. I was like, but everything's hooked up. Why did it do that? It didn't make any sense. So I checked all my plugs, everything works. And when yesterday I got back on it, it was like it went off, stayed off, and it's like 5 minutes later, it came back on to live. I was like, what? It was just, I knew it was the work of the enemy. I see it like that. But let's talk today about things that's actually is before us, and what would you say, or how would you feel in how we are to walk. We know we can't do it. We know it. Everything is in the most high hand, all of it, and that's a part of what I want to also address. You know, we really walk and we talk, we act, we have our emotions, our mind frame, our understanding, our knowledge, our wisdom. But I want to share with you all something that I have, and I have not given you all. And I feel it is important that I do that because someone right now is in need for it. Okay. And let me share that with you. When I got on this platform, I had, like I said, I had quite a number of people coming in from all over, not just from, I remember a couple of people from UK was sending funds to a lady that was in Atlanta, Georgia, in a hotel, that I had asked them if anybody would donate to this young lady, because she was on my site and she was saying that she was in need. She was in need, and I also did help out, and several times, not just no one time. And a couple of people from the UK. They did. They really did. They sent her something through pen pal. So I was, when I got on here, I really enjoyed my experience on YouTube. But when it got to the point where I realized that no one was really listening, no one was really hearing, and that everything was based on religion and how people are out to deceive and manipulate people and get people to believe them. Y'all probably say I ain't got no sense. Do you all know that I wasn't even caught up in how many likes and subscribers, or if I'm going to get a check? That stuff didn't even faze me. I shut down. I started. 6 months later, I shut down. I opened back up. 6 months later, I shut down. So by now, I would have had quite a bit of subscribers, because when I first started, they were booming. They were coming in all over. And I even had one foreign guy from somewhere else. He addressed another guy when he said, "Oh, she's a false prophet. Oh, you should have seen this man." I mean, he stepped in and he was, "Oh, wait a minute, let me tell you something. This sister, this sister Deborah, she is real." I mean, and he was from some other country, and I thought that was so nice. But I lost everybody when I shut down. That's because I'm not about the subscribers. I'm not about the likes. That don't mean nothing to me. So I want to share with you all something, and I hope that you can even share something with me, something that you've been holding back, and that is that I've talked a little to you all about. I was taught from the back end, but I really don't really give you the whole ideal of the back end. Okay. And the back end is, I was appointed and anointed. I was ordained before the foundation of the world, which everybody was ordained or predestined to be where they at. But I am one that knows who I am in Yah. Okay. I know that's why Sister Deborah don't dress the way the different cults, what is they call them? How would you say it? Cult? What is it? Cults or church Christians or Hebrew Israelites or Catholic. I don't have no dress code to me. And what I mean by that, I know something that many don't know. And that is, it's not what we have on the outside. It's what we are in the inside to Yah. And see what is happening. We can be deceived from the outer man. And that's what most people work on, is who we are from the outer man. They don't even come near who we are on the inside, because the inside is really who you are. So who Sister Deborah is, when you look at her and you hear her, you can hear who she is on the outside, because she separate herself from a lot of nonsense, because a lot of it is something I can get involved in on the outside. I don't get involved in all the restrictions and all the codes and all the laws and all the things that they have set up from the flow up to deceive people in and with. Because I know who I am. Why? Because, you guys, it's not what you are on the out. It's who you really are on the inside. That's the part of you that's going to be judged by Yah. That's the only part that Yah want to have a relationship with. So the reason why I don't agree with a lot of things that the people are saying, and you hear me talk about the men, and you hear me talk about people who on here to get the likes and the subscriber and keep up chaos, it's because they are not connected nowhere with what is spirit and what is truth. And when I hear them, I must use what Yah has given me, which is the spirit of discerning. And when he say, try the spirit, Deborah, by the spirit, and when I do that, I use the both. It's like that person is not who the people think that they are. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like seeing them, and I'm like, wait a minute, Father, they're not teaching from the back end. They're teaching from the front end and grabbing other books to collect, to add on what they're teaching from the front end. That's why people are really where they at today. Because I'm going to show you something here in Genesis chapter 3. In Genesis chapter 3, this is some things that I spoke about, but I also have held back. In Genesis chapter 3, verse 24, where not Yeshua, where when Yah had drove man out of the garden after Eve and Adam had sinned. Notice something, and I want to share this with you all, and you that are in the live chat, or is it still buffing again? Let me know if you all are still having problems. Please, someone in the live chat, let me know if it's still. Okay, great, thank you. So in Genesis is a key to help you today. It's a really key there to help you, to let you know where he is filling you and that he has not forsaken you. He has always been there for you, and he's not going anywhere. Because in Genesis, when he drove Adam and Eve, and when he drove man out of the garden, this is what he said in verse 24. So he drove out the man, and he placed him, and he placed at the east of the garden of Eden the cherubims and a flaming sword. Who did that? Yah did. He placed a flaming sword at the east of the Garden of Eden. What is that flaming sword? Listen to this. Which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. That is saying that Yah has always had the light on, even to today. So when people put skepticals and say, you need to look like this, you need to act like this, you need to walk like this, you need to talk like this, none of that have anything to do with the light that Yah has kept on since the beginning of time. The light has always been on. It has always been before you. But why? Listen to what it says. And a flaming sword which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. He always had a stretched out mighty right hand waiting for you. And even to today, he don't care about what people are saying. We need to stop thinking he's like unto a man. He don't care about none of that. None of that stuff matter to him. He don't care about if your head is wrapped. He don't care about if you wear makeup. He don't care about how you do your hair. That's your flesh. Yah said nothing about your flesh. Worship him. Okay? He's concerned about your spirit. And what took place before the foundation, it is a mystery to many. But it's not a mystery to me because I now know, I not today, but been knowing spirit and truth, that many of you all are already predestined, and ordained. Your name is already listed in the Lamb Book of Life. And it's not based on how you dress, how you look, what you wear, how you wrap your head, how you put on makeup or don't wear no makeup, how you look a certain way. So all this that the people are doing is called role playing, because they want people to think that they have something, like the Christians. The Pentecostal were dressed in long dresses and long blouse and cover up and really use this whole role. It's role playing. Y'all want your inner man to commune with him every day. He don't care about what your flesh is involved in. But if your flesh is leading your spirit, and your spirit has gotten to the point that it is dying to the will of your flesh, then you know that you are not one that has the seed that was issued before the foundation of the world. See, because why, I'm going to tell you something else, why man fight against or toward his name. They fight against Torah, the New Testament, Paul, what to eat, the law, the commandments. But guess what, child? Guess what? When he told Adam and Eve that he left that flaming torch that you may find your way to the tree of life, none of that was connected. Why? Because the tree of life holds all that. It carries all of that. Once you get to the tree of life, or you desire to go in the direction of the tree of life, guess what? The commandments he's going to hold up in you. You see? You see? And how he's going to hold that up in me, Deborah, is because before the foundation of the world, you was already sealed. You see? That's why when he speak of the Lamb Book of Life, your name was written. He don't say because the way you dressed, the way you talk, the way you act, the way you precept, the way you line, the way you little here, what group you belong to, who you watch on YouTube. No, 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 no. Your name was written, past tense. What makes it past tense, Deborah? Before the foundation of the world. So a lot of things that people are doing and struggling with to try to line up, to match, to be connected, to be in there, and to be together with all these platforms, y'all don't have to do that. Said the Most High Yah. I'm a living witness. I'm a student of the Ruach HaKodesh. I have been under the Ruach HaKodesh since I was 4. And I'm here to tell you that that is a trap to deceive you, to make you think that it's an order that man can call you to and judge you and make you feel so guilty. And Yah said, I have set you under liberty. I have set you free. Just come unto me, and all of that, don't worry about it. Anything you need, I add it to thee. Just come to me first. Just desire me. Just desire to do what is righteous. Just desire to do my will. Just to desire to please me. Oh, it's doing it again. Oh wow. Let me see if that's the so please don't that is really crazy. So what I want to say and leave with you all, don't get away from the Most High Yah. Don't think that you have to line up with what Sister Deborah is saying and what people are saying on these. Don't. You are set free from the inside out. Let your inside tame your outside to bow down with you in worshiping Yah. You see, Tell your outside that no more, we're not going to worship and serve darkness. We're going to stick with the light. You come on here. Why? Because your inside has the power to do that. Especially when the Ruach come and be abiding in you and helping you. Let me tell you something. His name, the laws, commandments, any and everything that you need to continue your journey, y'all want me to tell you, it's already there. It's resting in you. What make a person think that the Most High will put his spirit in you and not put his law? Not put his commandment, not put his word, not give you everything you need. That's why he said greater is he that is in thee than he that is in every mouth on the face of the earth. Cannot outride the greater that's in you. He left the light, the sword, the flaming sword for Adam and Eve. It wasn't just for them. It's for eternal. Why? For the tree of life. So you will find your way. And it still burns right today. So y'all want me to let you know you don't have to be abiding by all these different religions and different organizations, even the Hebrew Israelite a movement. He's saying you don't have to go up under that. Go up under me. All this stuff that they're talking about, you can't do it. You can't win. But with me in you, all that I'm asking you to uphold, if you accept me, I will add all that unto thee. You would be holding the law in you. He is the law. So why would the Ruach be in you and you trying to master the law? You're trying to master the commandments. That's the part a lot of them didn't understand when the Christian was saying they're not under the law. They really don't understand it because nobody wants to sit down under spirit and truth. Let me say that again. Nobody wants to sit down and shut their ugly mouth and hear the teaching in spirit and truth so that they can understand that the light has always been on. That's why he said your name is written. So he wants you to understand too many are struggling trying to meet the expectation that man has set before them, but yet they can't uphold it. I don't know if you all know that it is a lot of them on this YouTube now are turning away from the what they call the New Testament, where all Paul's teaching. I know y'all hearing about that. They're turning their back away from Paul's teaching. This is showing you that it's getting black, bluer. I call it black blue because it's that dark. And you have to know that color. It's so black, it looks blue. That's how wicked and evil things are today in the hearts of men and women today. Humans today. It's black blue. And no one can really understand that that's where we at. But I want you to know in Genesis, he kept that flaming sword so they may find their way to what? The tree of life. That stands for today. Do that mean, Deborah, he still got that flaming torch? He always did. It's called the Ruach HaKodesh. When it comes in you, it lives in you. Who is the commandments? Who is the law? Okay. Who is righteous? Who is just? Yah himself. So when he comes in you, everything that is in you that you would need to walk in him, rest therein. You don't have to battle with people on these platforms. You don't have to be justified, clarified, and identified by them who you are. He says, as long as you are written in the Lamb Book of Life, let them follow their traditions. Let them follow their emotions, their way, their understanding, their will. But let Yah be the first and the last of your decisions of the life that you're living on this earth. Train your flesh to stand down off your spirit, because then you would hear the voice of the Most High. See, when your flesh is controlling you and having this power over you, then even the Ruach HaKodesh in you would sit still, knowing that it already claimed the turf. But that's how powerful the flesh is. It's your worstest enemy. See, they think evil and the devil is their worst. No, no, no. It's yourself. It's your flesh. But your spirit it is not like unto your flesh. We fight not against flesh and blood, but principality in high places. We're dealing with spirits, you guys. Your spirit, because the spirit that bees that wants to fight is trying to fight to gain your spirit so it can take you to hell with it. So it's deeper than deep. But one thing I would say to you, the Most High wanted me to let you all know in the live chat, and that is this. He ain't never put out the light for you. So what? He had to send us to a place that was like unto who we were, in hope that we would see our ugliness. Did he know that we would not? Yeah. That's why he always have a ram in the bush. That's just who he is. That's how he rumble. He always got a ram in the bush. Next, you see. So we want this control to where we can stop people from being able to behold the flaming sword that turns every way that you may find your way to the tree of life. That's what's going on these platforms, you guys. Now you're starting to see everybody gangbanging with each other. And the more if you pay attention, you can see how they use this platform. They were first wanting you to think they was using it for the Most High Yah. Then they want you to believe that they all that and some, we the people. But now things are coming out. In the last days, that which is and was in the dark shall come to light in the last days. Okay? So much is coming to light. Much is being revealed so that you may see in the light what is what. What Sister Deborah have not really covered since she's been on here is that's the reason why I don't have to bow down to the messages that's on this Deborah platform. I don't have to search them and believe them and like them and subscribe to them, because I know that they don't even understand Genesis when he kept the flaming torch, that they may find their way to the tree of life. Today, we have something greater, but likened to the flaming torch, and that is Yeshua HaMashiach. It has led us and filled us with the oil that our light shall never go out. So therefore, no Hebrew Israelite movement, no tribe of Judah, no we the people. And you're the people, you're the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But are you the seed of who they are? You see, what people don't understand, there's two parts to you. Are you the seed? And what is the seed? The spiritual seed of Yah. Or are you the seed, the bloodline of Abraham? So that makes you feel you all that and all that. But you got to understand, he never called Abraham what he called you and your forefathers. Stiff-necked rebellion, and disobedient, nor did he ever curse them. So you got to see there is a big difference in who you are. Hallelujah. And who the ones you're calling your forefathers. They can be your forefathers, not your forefathers. They can be your fathers in the flesh, but are they your father in the spirit? What makes them your father in the spirit? That is if you are the seed in the spirit realm. Because Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was the seed. They carried the seed. And they carried a bloodline, which is the 12 tribes. Now, out of the 12 tribes, he chose to drop the seeds into. But he only chose the one according to his will. You see? That's why we can continue to conduct ourselves the way that we are conducting ourselves on all these platforms, and in reality of what all this killing and hating that a nation of people. Do you know the way we conduct ourselves, we bring shame to the Most High Yah? Have you ever thought about that? We embarrass the Most High Yah. We profane his name. We disrespect him and don't have no problem. I sat and I saw all over the world, people are protesting. You get over here and you got more than 100,000 for 4 days at a festival, attending a concert. Do you all, how could you be at a concert and not see what this higher power, principality and high places are locking you down in? So when you come from your concert, you know one thing you don't know. You can have fun now, but what is before you? Gonna erase every fun you ever had in your life. That's how bad it is in this day. And it is not a day, in this day, it's not a day where people are buckling up and fearing. And those that have Yah in them, their flesh may fear, but guess what? Yah gonna tame their flesh by preparing their spirit with the spirit of endurance. So they're not gonna have to suffer what is about to take place. They're gonna suffer it in the flesh because they're gonna have to see it, but they're not gonna have to endure in the spirit, because the power that is greater than in the world is Yah himself. He's resting therein. So it's not time to agree with everything that everybody is saying, all these different denominations, all these different religions that's on these platforms, because I know you can have 12 tribes and not a trillion, but a million different beliefs. No, you ain't gonna get not one of them to come on one accord. That is letting you know there are distance from what is spirit and what is truth. Some people say, well, not only us, they're like that too, but we can't say that, y'all. The reason why we can't compare them to us is because us has been chosen to carry the seed. You see, they have not been chosen to carry the seed. They're going to be ushered in through faith, another spirit. See, they come in a different route through the spirit. They come in a different route through faith of Yeshua HaMashiach. But we, as the ones that is written in the Lamb Book of Life, we coming through spirit and truth. Hallelujah. You see, we can't just stand around and make everything right be wrong and everything wrong be right. when you get on this platform, is people are not uplifting. They're sounding like they worshiping the Yah, but if they're not worshiping Him in a way that's giving Him all the praise and all the glory, and they're not trying to let you know that all of this that everybody is doing, don't get caught up in it. It don't affect you. Okay, you do you. Have your relationship with the Most High Yah. That's all He asked. That's all He asks, is for you to have a relationship with Him. He didn't ask you to check with this video and check with this video, check with this person. Oh, they've been on here for 20 million years. And this person over here, oh, they good. They know all the books. They know Hebrew. They know Greek. They know Torah. And you check with it. No, no, no. He said, wait a minute. When you finish, greater is He that is in thee, not over here on Patriot, not over here on Twitter, not over here on Instagram, on Facebook, or on YouTube, but He that is in thee is greater than anybody, even Sister Deborah, on the face of the earth and these platforms. We have to come to a place where we have to shake all this dirt off of us. We got to stop thinking that we have to line up with all these people and their way of feeling about life and about what the world is what's going on in the world, where we're going to go and how we're going to get to where y'all. Did you know y'all don't even want us caught up in that? Why are we worried about passports going over to Africa, or why are we worried about where we gonna go when Babylon come down? See, y'all said, wait a minute, y'all. Greater is He that is in thee. That is He that is in the world. So we have to really think second. Are we serving the world, or are we serving the Most High from our inner man? Because that's what it's going to take to endure. That's what's going to get our light to shine, where others are going to see who we are in Yah. Because we're going to turn our inner man into who Yah is and let Him lead us from this day on. Laws, don't be caught up in laws. Don't be caught up making commandments. Don't be caught up in anything that you feel that you have to uphold. That means you have to go into being stressed out. You know, oh, I don't look like this, if I don't walk like this, and I don't act like this. And y'all sitting here saying, well, or wait a minute. What do I have to do with your outer? I'm in the in. That's greater than what's on the outside of you and who you are on the outer, meaning your flesh. Come abide with me. Sit with me. Listen to me. Let me get you while you sleep. Let me put you in a vision. And you know what He's talking about? So you can go tell somebody something. Because these people here on these platforms, they ain't telling y'all nothing. Y'all ain't giving them no revelation. He ain't giving them no right now word. He's waiting for someone to trust that He is all that and some. You know who holds up the commandments? He that created it. No man. Sister Deborah can't hold no commandments. But Yah is greater in me. He is the commandment. You see? So how could He be in me and I'm struggling to hold the commandments? What is that saying? You're telling me that Hamashiach has ushered the Ruach HaKodesh to live in me. So therefore, Yah is in me. And even Yeshua said, you should do greater powers than what He did. So where is the power? It's in us. But we deny the power because we think the power is what's on the outer part of who we are and not what's in the inside. You see? Do you all know that if you have accepted Yeshua HaMashiach and HaMashiach has ushered the Ruach HaKodesh into you, there's things that you can change at the voice, at the sound of your voice. Just say it and watch it come to pass and watch it be what you say it is. You see? Because now He lives in you. And he said, and after he come and abide into your spirit and yours, his spirit in you, then you shall receive power. So how could the people on these platforms have power over you? He didn't say as soon as you wrap your head. He didn't say as soon as you put on makeup or as soon as you take off makeup, dress like this, dress like that, act like this, speak like this. No. He said, abide in me and I in you. Know that greater is who I am in you than he is in the world. You can't stop sinning. You can't hold no commandments. You can't hold no laws. You can't do anything. But when he comes and abide in your spirit and you begin to abide in him, guess what? He is the commandments. He is the law. You see what I'm saying? That's who's upholding it within you. But where the sad part is, guess what? If he already written you in the Lamb book of life before the foundation of the world, it sounds like it's past tense. Then what is it about what you going to do that's going to allow you to gain eternal life? Nothing. Nothing. But if you're going to continue to, he's going to continue allowing you to live in this day and time. Okay? You still want to know that you're walking with him, not against him. But when you walk with him, stay your butt in the back. Don't try to walk over him, in front of him. Don't even try to walk on the side of him. Stay your butt in the back and watch his every move so you can see the greatness in you through him. You see? So don't go trying to mimic these people on this platform. Mimic Christ. Okay? That's what you mimic. Don't go trying to, when he tell us to go mimic nobody, he ain't tell us to be like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You notice that? He never told us that. He didn't never tell us to be like nobody outside of Yeshua HaMashiach. And he didn't tell us to be like him, but he was our example that came down here to give us an example of how we can walk. But what I like about that is Yeshua HaMashiach. Not only did he give you an example of how to walk, he gave you an example of how great that power is that rests therein. And we walking around here can't even use it because we don't understand where it's at. We don't understand that it's already within us. We can speak it and it can come forth. I'm a living testimony. Going back to what I don't talk a lot about it, but I'm a living testimony. That's why Sister Deborah is don't ever try to be arrogant or try to be all that in some. And that's why I speak against what I'm seeing, because it's confusing to me because I'm seeing it for what it is. And I'm trying to figure out Father, why ain't everybody else seeing it? I know I'm taught from the wilderness as well, but yet I'm trying to figure out, well, wait a minute, all these people on this platform, I'm talking this way and they talking that way and I'm going this way and they going that way. What's going on? Stay at the narrow gate, Deborah. Just stay at the narrow gate. You know that's where you're going. Don't go outside of any other way. And at that narrow gate, but you best bet any and everyone that goes through the narrow gate, guess who they got? The Ruach HaKodesh to take them straight on in. That's it. That's it. So believe it or not, things have been predestined, ordained. It's over. It's over. It's no time to role play. It's no time to look a role. You see? Because if Sister Deborah can go places and total strangers, I don't care what nationality, can come up to me, not even knowing me, and they can say, ma'am, you got a glow about you. You got a light on you. Not all the time the light shine. Now, y'all don't get me wrong. Not all the time does it shine. But the reason why they're coming to say that is the Most High want me to know who is greater in me than he that is in the world. You see what I'm saying? He's wanting me to know I'm in you. And I'm greater than anybody. And I send you an example because that light that's shining is still yet Christ in me. You see, it is not my spirit shining. It's the oil in which Yeshua HaMashiach is saying he coming to fulfill. Full it up so you would your light shall shine, shall never go out. That's what that is. So it ain't nothing that I can in my flesh praise and glorify. I can talk to anybody. Anybody. I don't care what race they are. I don't care if they're male or female. Because I can do that, child. Because I know who I am in him. My job is not, my mission is not to come to teach you to go along with this, go along with what this person is saying, go along with what I'm saying. My calling is to lead you to the only one, and that's the Most High Yah. And can I lead you there? It will be like unto putting a seed in you, okay, of what is already in me. So don't think that you have to change your whole way of thinking and feeling and dressing and looking and acting to fit a newfound religion, because that's what it is. People love to start these different I call them group and cult and different things that where they can manipulate you and deceive you. That's not what time we're in. We in this day, the days of great sorrow, the day that Yah sits in the midst of the whole house of Israel for judgment. And then he's allowing the beast's right hand to be in the midst of the judgment of the whole house of Israel. I don't know when he's going to end that judgment, but I tell you this, you don't have to endure what is happening to the whole house of Israel, because greater is he that is in thee than he that is in the world. See, we got to get to that point where he's not going to live in you and not be the greatest. You see, he has to live in you and be the best. He has to live in you to be the perfect one. He has to live in you to be the excellent one. He has to live in you to be the good one. He has to be the more knowledgeable one, the more wiser, and all understanding. That's who he is. But we don't have to chase these ways. And that's what the Most High wants to give me, to give you. You don't have to chase it. I don't have to chase it. And I need to let you know, you don't have to chase these ways that have been set before you on all these platforms. He said he came to give you liberty. And what happened? You still feel captive, in captivity with your own nation, because it's so much you have to keep up with to feel that you're fitting in to this newfound awakening. It is not a part of who Yah is, nor do he want us to feel that we have to be included into this nonsense. There's many things going on in the world. He wants you to dissect it. Dissect it. Many things are going on in the world. Yah wants you to dissect it. Why? He wants you to see him in everything that you're looking at. See the purpose of it. The purpose of his will in it. He wants you to see his power, because we have a real hard time with his power. We deny 24/24. I can't deny it. I see it all the time. I didn't even know I had got a income tax check from 2018. I remember a couple of weeks ago, I was saying to myself, this is just so unfair. They held my check and never did send it. But Friday and Saturday, when I went to my mailbox, I came in town. I went to my mailbox. I said, maybe it's a check in there from that tax. It wasn't there. So Saturday, I came in. I looked in my mailbox. It wasn't there again. But the thought of that check was on me. It was in my spirit. Did you all know that today I found out that they had signed that check? They had put it on the card that I have. I had no idea. They had signed it out on the 4th. So I'm saying, Father Yah, you mean to tell me that it has always, not always, it have been there since the 4th. That's why I was checking the mailbox and I was thinking, this check is why haven't they sent this check? That's wrong for them not. See, even my words is connected to Yah that's greater in me. He knew what I needed. And I mean, it's just out of nowhere. This is 2018 tax return. You see what I'm saying? And he gave me that warning. But I'm looking at the warning as, oh, it's just me just thinking, about the taxes and it's wrong for them. And I had no idea that it was sitting on a card. It had already been refunded. But the Spirit of the Most High was telling me, my mother say, why is it you don't listen to his spirit? He tells you many things and you just ignore it. I do. I'm going to be honest. Because a lot of times when he's talking to me, he don't cut nothing. He's strictly talking to me. He's telling me and he's talking to me. He's real, you guys. He's realer than real. I want him to be in you. Not that he's not, but I want you to feel him. I want you to feel his presence of who he is and all that he continued to give you and how he's going to be that protector in the days to come. Because if Sister Deborah can see what is set before us, and I can still stand here today enclosed in my right mind, let me tell you something. I know that I know who he is in me. And who he is in me is the same one that rests in many of you all. But we can't let others tell us how we are to conduct ourselves in our outer man and not school us on our inner man. But a lot of people can't tell you what Yah is not giving them to tell you. And that's where I fall short. I assume that, okay, you've been on these devil platforms for years and years. These men want to be kings, ruler, and leaders, and these camps been on here for years. But yet, they lead you not to your inner man, to abide in Yah, which wants to abide in you. And then he said, after you have received me, you shall what? Receive power. Just imagine how you have denied power. You all don't even understand how you have denied the power that rests therein. Because it's there, waiting for you to use that power that is there. Ain't going nowhere. So let me hear you all. Romans chapter 13 that I never read the entire, but the first Romans chapter 13 and 8. Let me see if that's one of the ones. Romans chapter 13 and 8 through 14. And it was good, huh? That you never read the entire, but first to Romans 13 through 14. But it is good. That is good. I'm going to go over that. I'm going to go over that to see what I can also eat from. Thank you. Because I can right now I can use anything that the Father's seeing to me through his people. That's it. We can't even be our best without him. Isn't that something? He have to be in us. So when we wondering why things are not looking good with our people, and if we stand around and deny that it's not looking good, and we say, oh, it is looking good. We the people, he's judging them. That's them over there. No, 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 no. That's our problem. And always been. We try to hide who we are and how ugly we've conducted ourselves, and as if y'all don't know who we are, nor do if he see it us. We don't care. We just assume that all they doing it too, or it's their fault. That's how we don't understand. He have dropped his seeds amongst our bloodline, and that's just it. He have dropped his seed amongst our bloodline. He talks to you. Oh wow. Until after the fact. So could you be what is it when you say you realize it until after the fact? What is it that you don't take to during the time? Because I listen to who talking. My mother had to tell me, she say, why do you be hard-headed? I said, I'm not hard-headed. She said, when the spirit be talking to you, why you don't listen? I said, Mom, I do listen. She always said that to me, even when I was a teenager. Oh, yes. Yes. I'm going to read that chapter 13. Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, it's just all this other interfering. I'm going to tell you something. We don't need that right now. We really do not need all the things that's stopping us from connecting to our Father. That's what Sister Deborah is trying to say. I got this lip gloss that looks horrible, and it looks like it's, I don't know what it is, but that's you just said it. Now, see, that's nice. Romans chapter 13 talks about the law that you were talking about, and I'm serious. It's all up in the biblical. Okay? If he set a flaming sword that for Adam and Eve to find their way to the tree of life, that is so beautiful, y'all. That is beautiful. He's letting us know that I always had the light on, that you may find your way home. I'm definitely going to read that. I'm going to read that tonight. Because what would happen is you read 3, 6, and 8. Okay, I'm going to do that too. Chapter 3, 6, and 8. Okay. Yeah, that'll be a treat for me to just read it. That's good. That's why he said something about he chastised and chastened the one that he loved. And that is so, so true. That is so true. Yep. That's why I said, everybody, I said, people probably think I'm crazy when I tell them I ain't got no sense, because I love him correcting me, and chastising me and discipline me, because I know that has to do with who he is within me. Into active things. You don't understand. Okay, so you don't know that he's okay. Would you say that maybe are you getting ahead of the spirit? When I was saying stay behind the spirit, because a lot of people on these platforms, they go ahead of him. That's why they don't know nothing. See, they don't know the things which are spirit and truth, because they go ahead of him, and going ahead of him, it allowed them to not to get what he's trying to reveal, that is spirit and truth. See, it's easy to get it fleshly, but to get it spirit and truth, that's something that he has to give to you, and you have to receive it in your spirit. A lot of people get ahead of him, you know. What was that? You go over it, please? Those verses, I like to know what it means. Which was that? Roman what was that? Roman don't what was that? Roman, what was that? 13. Yeah. Romans 13. Was that 3, 6, and that you want me to go over, or what? Roman 1 is really good, y'all. He just show up and show out. Oh, for this cause pay ye tribute also, for they are God's ministers, attending, continuing upon this very thing. Render therefore to all their dues, tribute to whom tribute is due, custom to whom custom, fear to whom fear, honor and to whom honor. Okay. Owe no man anything but to love one another, and he that loveth another has fulfilled the law. Okay. So which verse is it that you're saying? 3, was it 3, 6, and 8? Oh, you talking about chapter 7. I thought it was chapter 13 of Roman. Hack read in the entire Roman book. I know that's right. It's good, I'm telling you. Because like I said, that Romans 1 is good. So I was trying to see which one you said go over. Was it chapter 13, chapter 3, chapter 6, chapter 8, and chapter 7? Oh, yeah, you got to really be careful with that too. You got to be try, is so important to try the spirit by the spirit. If a person's spirit reacts a certain way from your spirit should be able to try their spirit, not their flesh, their spirit. Shalom, shalom. Don't think that I am until after something has happened. And then you remember, well, wait a minute. This is something that was put in my spirit after. Could it be also, I don't know. I'm saying that maybe, do you trust him? Do you really trust him? Okay. 13, 8 through 14. Now you see here where 8 says, "Oh, no man anything but to love one another." What is love? You have to know the definition of that word love. That means give one another. For he that give another have fulfilled the law. It's not the love. It can't be defined. Nowhere in the biblical. It don't have a definition. Even the love that we have in the world today, in society, you can't define it. You can't define it by the actions that we are actually seeing. So you said from 8 to 14, for this thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not covenant, thou shalt not commit, thou shalt. And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love, thou shalt give thy neighbor as thyself. Thou shalt give thy neighbor as you would give to yourself. If the neighbor come to your door and ask you for some bread, don't say, "Nope, I don't have it. I give you, I give it to you tomorrow." No, give him what you have, what you can give him. Love worketh no ill in his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law. And that knowing, even if that love, you can give them your time. You can give them an ear to hear. Just be there to hear. You be so, ooh. To really define love, it's consists of much giving. Giving yourself. Okay? Verses 11, and that knowing the time that is at hand to awaken out of the sleep. And now is our salvation near than when we believe. So you say in 2:14, and the night is far spent and the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light. You see that? The difference in casting out darkness and putting on the armor of light when you're going to verse 12, Romans 13 and 12. The light, I'm telling you, that's the light of Christ, Yahuwah's spirit. See, Christ is Yahuwah's right hand. It brings Yah's spirit into you. You see? Connects it to your spirit. Because you have accepted Yeshua HaMashiach. You accepted the blood sacrifice and you accepted Christ, the power. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rowdiness and drunkenness, and not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envy. That's true. But put on the Lord Jesus Christ and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust therein. That's because provision for the flesh is because we just give our flesh everything. That's why we can't even discern the power of Yah in us. Because we feel it's all about our flesh. It's all about our flesh. I think it is behind in giving to you. I said to also read your own chapter 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. It is deep to me and had a media to be hacked. Read the entire book of Romans. I hear you. See, it is good. Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Boy, I saw something today and I was like, Father, everything you said was gave. I said, if that ain't your love, I don't know what is. Because if you have a word, say for instance, you had a word that you had to look up, okay, and you wanted to know the definition of it. The word says one thing, but the definition is the action of the word. It tells the whole story. You see what I'm saying? And love in Yah is give and gave. It tells the whole story of who he is. Because just think, if you, okay, just think, let me say this here. Say for instance, if Sister Deborah was married and her husband loved her to the point where he gave himself. That means he was always there to have an ear. You know, he was always there to help. He was always there to give himself to her. You see what I'm saying? Not like a slave and do what I tell him to do. You do this, you do that. No, it's not talking about that. Okay? It's to give. Like you would go out and you would give someone, you would say, when I'm going into the hospital and I'm going to talk to a few people, why? You finna give them your ear and you're going to give them a word. Okay. You can maybe even take them some flowers. See, it's other things you can give to represent Yah. You see, it's other things you can give to represent Yah. Okay. It don't have to be money and materialistic things. Because when Yah said, give me all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, that's how you going to let him know you love him. Because he owned it all anyway, but he wants you to give him those things. And what are those things? Those are spiritual. Give me your spiritual mind. Give me your spiritual heart. Give me your spiritual strength. Give me your spiritual mind, heart, strength, spirit. He ain't talking about your strength and your mind and your flesh. But he's telling you, he's saying, Deborah, but your husband is to give you his flesh, his mind, his heart, his soul. Not his soul, his spirit. Not his spirit, his body. Because his spiritual part belonged to Yah. But his fleshly mind, heart, and strength is given to his wife. And that don't mean control. He is always going to be head. He is always the leader, the ruler of the household. Okay? But the part of himself that he gives his wife, you see, he has to give that to her because the other part of him, which is spirit, he gives to Yah. And see, that's how Yah make it work. So you give, he says, seek ye the kingdom of Yah and all shall be added. When that individual man give Yah his heart, mind, soul, his heart, mind, strength, and spirit back to Yah, Yah gonna take care of him to be able to know how to give his wife the time that she needs as a husband gives a wife. You see, so Yah will work all that out. He said, you seek ye me first, and I see to it that everything rumble the way it should rumble in righteousness. I will see to it, but they don't do that. They got this mindset that we control, we ruler, you sit down, you shut up. That is not a part of the Most High Yah. Yep, it shows Romans. And you know what? Which book is that you're talking about? I know Romans chapter 1 is good too. Yeah. So I'm going to have to look into the chapter 13. I think I read the whole chapter 13 and chapter 3 and chapter 6 and 8 that you had down. Yes, he loves us so much. Yes. He loves us so much. He always because I was reading in here, he was talking in the heavens, and he was saying that those that was asking him, when was you hungry? And he said, when you gave it unto the least of them, you have given it unto me. So Yah is saying to those that are doing his will already be those that are already sealed. I think that's beautiful. I really do. I really do. Because even they don't know they're doing the will of the Father. That's what's deep. And I wrote all of that down and I got it right here. And I'm supposed to go over it, but I ran my mouth so much to where I'm at now. I don't want to hold you all night, but I will go over that because that is some really good stuff. Yes, our Father loves us. And yes, I agree with you, sister. He always give, and he wants us to give too, like him. And most important, give ourselves to him. That's what he was meaning. Did you know giving yourself to him is the first commandment? That's the first commandment. And they would never teach you that. They would teach you to love thy Yah with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength. What is love? What is love? They don't know, they don't understand Love is an action, okay? And that action is to give him all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. The part of you that is spirit, your spirit. These things is held in your spirit. You see? But see, they know that that's the first commandment. That's the number one commandment. Because once you, he says, seek ye the kingdom first, and all will be added unto you. When you give him your spirit back to him and he abide in you, he's just telling you that's love, is to give yourself back to him. He own you anyway. You see how, do that make any sense? He owned it all anyway. So why not? He wanted you to just give it back to him. Okay? So that's why it's important for us to really understand giving him our all, because so he can work. And he said, and then he said, give thy neighbor as thyself. You see? You can't say love, because what is love? It is defined spiritual as give and gave. So he wants you to give your neighbors as you would give yourself. If your neighbors come and they are in need, okay, you would give unto them as if it was something you would give to yourself. Like I was saying, if you want to give somebody something, y'all, don't ever give nobody nothing used, okay? Don't ever give no one something used. I think the best things to do, the best thing is to buy Bibles, King James Bibles, the large print. You can get them at Sam's. You can get gift cards with food, like little over in the area where the homeless people are at, and give them cards for, like, if McDonald's or if Burger King or someone else purchase them things, go out and give to people. Okay, give whatever. And while you're giving, pray over it first. Pray over it first and ask the Most High, give me a word, Father. Give me a word to give unto them. And what you'll learn is this: they'll turn around and give you a word strictly from the Most High Yah. I learned that when I had to go out there. See, that's what's powerful, because you thinking you going out there and you doing something, but when it all said and done, they'll turn around and talk to you, and you be saying, but and they'll break that word down, because what people did not know, they're out there for you, not you or where you at for them. He has caused the rich to be rich so that they can help the poor, and the poor can help the rich heart. You see, the poor, when the rich give to the poor, okay, the poor has something to give to the rich. You see, it causes the rich to have a change of heart. See, they thinking that, okay, I'm just rich because I got a degree or my family them own all this and this. So no, baby, you rich for a reason, that you may help the poor and the poor may help you. So if you all ever wanted to get food cards where people can get food from fast food places. And one time I had this one issue in Atlanta, Georgia. I gave like 7 McDonald's cards out. I think there was like $10 a piece. And one guy, he came back, he said, ma'am, they won't even let me in to eat. I said, come on here. I went and I asked for the manager. I said, what's the problem? I gave him a gift card. What's the problem? Oh, he didn't tell us he had the card. We had told him he had to get out. Oh, no, he ain't getting out. He getting ready to eat. And I'm going to join him. And he sat and he just kept on saying, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So I'm sitting here with this man that's homeless. He's eating. They didn't want to let him in because they figured, okay, now he's just hanging around. He ain't got nothing. But he did have. And as I'm sitting around here thinking, and sitting down here thinking, okay, I'm here with him and I'm going to sit here with him and so and so. But guess what? I ain't blessing him. He blessing me. You see? That's why I said we messed up from the floor up. Because we really think that it's about what we do and not what others do for us. See, it's a trade. A lot of people didn't know that. There's a reason why he allowed the rich to be rich and the poor to be poor. There's a reason for one to help the other and the other help the other. See, that's why I know when you go out there, honey, I have sat out there and listened to them people minister to me and felt so good because we thinking that they don't have what it takes. But greater is he in them than he is in the world. The way they dress, the way they might smell, the way they might look. It's something greater in them. You see? So don't just assume. And you know what else you'll find out? A lot of them are smart, wise, intelligent, spiritual scent to just be there waiting for you. So if you have any time you feel that you want to do the will of the Father, go do something. If you got to go to the hospital, pray to the Father that he give you a word to give to the people. And it could be, you can walk into a room where a lady's there and all you could say, I want to let you know that I'm glad to come to join you today. I just want to just say, I hope you have having a good day. But I just want to let you know that I want the God that I've come to know. He loves you. He sent me here to tell you he loves you, and you're not alone. Y'all ain't saying go give them a sermon. Just let them know. And guess why he said that? Because you ain't to give nobody nothing but a seed. You to plant that and let me do the increasing. Let me water that. You see, it would change a person's life just to hear someone say, hello, how's your day? And you don't have to go in there, the most high Yah. No, Yah power is greater than the name we think we got mastered. He is in us and he's greater in us. So we don't have to think that we have to say what we think is the right way to say something. No, when you step in there, Yah will give you the words to say. And if Yah calls you to say God, say God. If Yah calls you to say Father in the heavens or Almighty or the Most High, say it. And if he calls you to say Yah, say it. But just know that we are representing him. Okay? And if we're going to represent him, we need to stop representing him on these platforms. Because we thinking we representing him and we're really not. We're really not. We're just giving likes and subscribers to those that are out here, okay, to get checks, subscribers and likes so they can get a higher check each month. But then those that are waiting for a right now word from Yah, we don't even go even into the highways and byways because we so busy boosting those on the platform up. Yeah, but you'd be surprised. They will minister to you and make you feel so good. You will know Yah sent this, gave you a right now word. Yep, and they be smiling too. You're right. You're right. See that? See how you say it? That smile touch your heart. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't take much. Once we love Yah with all our heart, soul, mind, and spirit, let me tell you something. It don't take much. It don't take much. And it's come and even if we have to go with someone, that's fine. Spirit is strong, yes. Praise the Most High Yah. I was shocked. My oldest daughter, she went out last year, and did she go out this year? I don't know if she went out this year. Last year and the year before, just going downtown where a lot of homeless people were at, and she was giving food and made sandwiches and all kind of stuff. I was like, where did she get that from? Oh, they did. I took them amongst that and allowed them to see that these people that are out here are God sent, waiting for us to do the will of the Father. Ain't that deep? And then he said, the parable, he said, I was hungry and you fed me. I was out, no, I was sick and you visited me. You know, I'm like, and he said that the Spirit said, when were you hungry? When did I feed, you know, in a sense, when did I feed you? No, no, no. I saw you do it. Even if you did it to the least, you have done it unto me. So that's so beautiful. So Yah said, I ain't telling you to go out there and try to conquer all. You don't know what it means to the Most High that we do something that has to do with giving and gave. Because when you look up your word, when you look it up, every word you look in there that says love, you're going to see it's going to have an action word that follows, and it's going to be give and gave. It'll blow your mind. You have a question and you don't know how to ask it, go right ahead. We have a lot of people in the chat line that can answer your question. I'm quite sure. Oh, you like to do that too? I do too. I do. I really do. And listening to them, I'm telling you, I know this one police pulled up one night, and I was talking to, it's a Caucasian woman. She said she had been out there, I think she said 40 years, ever since her mother died. And she had a pushing cart. And I was just out there, and I had made fruit baskets. And I gave her one, and the police pulled up after I was out there for about an hour. He pulled up. He said, ma'am, what are you doing out here? Are you okay? I looked at him. I said, yeah, I'm okay. She said, they just checking on you, trying to think that somebody's bothering you or doing so. I ain't trying to. I'm like, they asking me if I'm okay. And I told them, yeah, I'm okay. And I just stood out there another hour just talking to her. And that lady was ministering to me. See, I'm telling y'all, y'all just don't know who's who and what's what. But when you get to know, and boy, they love oranges and bananas and apples, stuff that they can hold on for 2 or 3 days. They love that. And I give them gift cards too, because I give them Bibles with big print. And at Sam's, they got them. They got them for, I think it's $9 or 12. It's one of them. Big old Bibles with big prints. You know, if they're out on the streets, they can pick that up and they can just read it. You all be surprised how people wish they had a Bible. And we on this doing devil platform acting a monkey. That's sad. And someone out there just wish they can get a Bible, because that's something else I did one year. I issued Bibles out. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's buffing. Oh, really? I guess it's trying to tell me to get off, huh? I guess that's what it's trying to say, huh? Let me know if it continue. In these last days, is it even worth it to find a woman in Christ to match one's heart? Oh, yes, it's worth it. Oh, Oh, yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because you know why? Because of the great sorrow, Yah would send someone. He would send someone, and you might not even know that that's what he's sending. Oh no, he don't want you to just go through in this day and time this and just not have that. It is so much. That's why I kind of feel sad. I think it is so important to have a mate during these sorrow times because y'all can share things with each other. You see, y'all can do things, you know. And yes, there are many, many hateful women, but you got to understand you can't look for what you like. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times people want a certain one. They have to look a certain one, act a certain way, walk a certain way. But if you trust in Yah giving her to you, trust that Yah can give you exactly what you need. A lot of times people say, when I want someone just like me. No, you don't. You don't even like yourself. So you don't want nobody like you. And yes, you're right. There is a lot of hateful women all over YouTube making it seem like there is no hope. But yes, it is hope. Let me tell you. Because even me myself, it's a certain person that's crying for me. And I turn my head the opposite way every day. That individual came to the store Sunday, my store, and I just totally ignored, even though I know he was waiting for me to give him a right now word. He was waiting for me to commune with him and to hold a conversation. So I told the father that the next time I'm gonna give him my card and with my number and let him know that if he needs someone to talk to, I'm here. Because his wife passed away, and he keeps saying to me, "You remind me so much of your wife, of his wife. She died of cancer," and I feel so sad for him because he came to me the day I was going to Texas, and I told him I'm gonna have to leave out of the store because I have to take a flight because me and my daughters was going to Texas, and I kind of felt bad because he needed me to talk to him regarding his teenager daughter, and I'm just saying I should have given him my card with my name and number on them, but that's not my normal approach. But I have heard the word of the Most High Yah saying to me to do this, and I still was disobedient. Still do it. He came this Sunday. I did it again. So you don't know who Yah is going to send your way, but don't look for what you desire in a woman. You see what I'm saying? Want what Yah want for you. Because I think that's why I feel sad. Our women and men don't even understand how bad we need each other. We need each other so bad right now because we need to be able to sit down and talk with each other in regards to all this chaos going on. We need to know that we have each other to walk in the days of sorrow, to walk in the judgment of the Most High Yah, holding hands, trusting in Yah. We need a mate. We need a helpmate in this. And Yah will definitely send them your way. Yes, he will. But you have to charge him. You have to ask him, since there's so much going on, so much wicked, and yeah, there's a lot of hateful women. You are so right. That you ain't lying about that. I know that. A lot of them. But do you believe Yah have a ram in the bush? He has still. And in this day and time, that's why I said it's just what I'm seeing that's already been doing it, but how it's moving into the will of the Father for chaos. You want to be able to hold someone's hand and walk in this day in sorrow where you can talk with them, you can deal with them. It ain't about they having a certain length of hair or if they light skin or dark skin or if they thick or if they thin. Let me tell you something. True give and gave don't focus on none of that. It focus on wanting to feel good within. You see, somebody I can talk to, somebody I can sit down and they can know how I feel, or they can hear me. They can hear my conversation. They can They can allow me to lead, and they can allow me to be the head. Oh yes, they're out there, but you have to trust Yah to give that to you. And it don't have to be a week, a month, a year. Look at Deborah. This man been coming to my store for quite a long time. And what do I keep doing? Why? Because I'm looking for that old-fashioned approach. And he has given me that, but I'm still looking for that old-fashioned approach where he asks me for my number, which he asked me all kind of questions. He be in there wanting to talk and everything. And I be in my world waiting for him to approach me the way it is normally done, old-fashioned, and it ain't gonna happen because I'm looking for something from me in the way I want to approach. And in his way, he might not know how to approach me in that way. You know what I'm saying? The way I'm looking. So that's why I say y'all are seeing. Now he could be sending this man for me, but I'm too ignorant to just be open and know that, in many ways he's trying to commune with me and talk with me. And everything we talk about is always about the Most High. That's the beauty of it. It's always about the Most High. And what happened? I miss out. Oh yes, they got them. I even got them here. Those small pocket Bibles. You push a button and it'll read the whole New Testament and the Old Testament. They said, "Yep." They're leaving out of America to find that, what's that? That peony that inspire his heart. You think they're leaving out? A lot of men are leaving out of America. I don't know what they're looking for, because let me tell you, y'all don't have to go nowhere. You think he is? But we me and him talk all the time. Yep. And I heard men tell me that. Because when I'm gonna show you I got to show you all a picture of me. Let me get it. Now, I don't want to hear it. Now, this is me 4.5 years ago. Sister Deborah looked like this, but Sister Deborah don't look like this. You get what I'm saying? Sister Deborah looks like this, but Sister Deborah don't look like this. Okay, so I'm gonna show you all some pictures of me, and so you can see that I am a person that knows how to look like she wanna look. People say to me, "You always talking about you look like you dress like you feel," but I'm gonna show you something. I'll be right back. Now, don't you all talk about me now. Sister Deborah know how to look. Sister Deborah can look like she's 21, or Sister Deborah can look like she's 81. She can look any way she want to look. That's just me. But I know how to dress and carry myself. Okay. So we're going to start off with the top one. This is Sister Deborah. That's one, right? Let's go down to the next one. That's me there. Can you see it? I hope you can see it. Wait a minute. Okay. This is one. Okay. This is Deborah again. Okay. This is 5 years ago when I used to have my hair this color. There go me again. Okay. There go me again with my little hat on. Okay. And there go me again. Okay. That's Sister Deborah. That's me when I'm not live. Okay. Now, right now, you wouldn't believe that when I go to my store, I don't look like this. You see, I dress the way I feel. Do I dress like a slut? Do I dress? No, 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 never did. I never would. You know what? I have all these sisters, and they never dress like that either. My mother never dressed like that. None of us never ever dressed like that. We don't dress to. I dress based on how I feel, y'all, and that's just all it is to it. I dressed on it based on how I feel. Okay, that's just how I dress. I don't dress the way people tell me to. Don't tell me how to dress. I dress the way I want to dress and how I feel. Okay, so but I don't dress with shorts and mini skirts, and I'm not into all of that. Okay, but I dress the way that I feel. And those pictures was about a year, 4 years and a half, 4.5 years, and uh, I just that's just how I am. That's just how I am. You wouldn't even know that I can do look just like that anytime I get ready. I put it like that. But I mean, there's just how would I say it? But know that Yah He has everything you need, and in this day and time, just because it's sorrow, don't mean because you know why he knows you need someone. Each and every last one of us need someone, is because we're gonna be turned. So many gonna turn against us in these days for His name's sake. What do you mean His name's sake? People don't understand. His name is branded in you. His name is branded in you. So when Sister telling you about to the light, have the light, go into the light, stay in the light, because the He has branded you for His name's sake. Oh yeah, that's why He's saying the days they're gonna hate you, they're gonna come after you, all because of Him in you, and you'll be like, well, what is He in? How they know He in? They know you. They know Him. If the devil can come after me without me even opening my mouth. I went on a interview. This has happened to me 3 times. I went on, let me show the one I went, what was that? 21 years ago. I went on an interview for this chef position. And it was a nursing home, not too far from where I stayed, like 4 minutes. I said, this is perfect. It's right over here by the house. And I can go out the back door and go down, and there it is. And this young Black man interviewed me, and he began to first tell me his mother is a pastor. And I'm waiting for him to interview me. And you know what he got to tell me? His mother is a pastor. She's been a pastor for 20 something years, and her church is this, she got this many members. You know what that man said to me after that? He said, you come in here and act like somebody, you come in here and act like somebody don't know who you are. He said, I know who you are. When you walked in here, I knew who you are. And I say, excuse me? He say, the job is yours. I'm giving you the job. But I want you to understand, ma'am, I know who you are. I know exactly who you are. This is what this man said to me. You know what I told him? Son, I don't want the job. I got out and walked away. That has happened to me 3 times. Once in Missouri and twice in Atlanta, Georgia. When I go into a place and a person say that to me, I get straight out. Because what they're saying, you walk in here thinking that I don't know who you are. You see? So who is this knowing who I am? You see, you get the point? Who are you? Since you know who I am, then who are you? This has happened to me 3 times in my life on an interview. So it ain't got nothing to do with how Deborah look, how Deborah dress, how Deborah speak. It has to do with who is in thee. That's it. So a lot of times we want to give ourselves the credit and say we all that and all that. No, we ain't. I'm going to tell you that light that's in you, that Ruach HaKodesh, he knows, they're going to already know who you are. So in this day of sorrow, that's how they're going to get you. At least they think they're going to get you, but the word of the Most High said that they're going to take your life. So they're going to get a lot of us. You see? Why? Because they know what's invested in you. They know what's in you. While you still trying to figure out, who am I? You should know by now, y'all. I'm sorry to say it like that. You should know who you are in Yah by now. Because what are you waiting for? Yah has to call. Yah should have spoken to you with a holy calling, whether in the sleep, in the dream, in the vision. He should be able to call you out and said, you are my child. You are bam, bam, this in the body of Christ. See, body of Christ got a lot of parts. He should have by now spoken unto you. Not that he can't still, because he can. Deborah ain't saying that he can't, but he should be able to speak to you, and you should be able to identify who you are in his bosom. Because he set it up as Christ being the head and the body, we are all in there in different positions. And that's why I have an issue when people have a problem with you saying who you are. But they so ignorant, they don't know what took place before the foundation of the world, because the position that you are in the spirit was before you was a mother, a female, a wife, a daughter, a granddaughter. You was what he had called you in him. And for you to deny that and walk around as if you don't know or you don't have anything to do with that, that's what we need to work on. We need to find out within us, not find out through Deborah or these people on this platform. Find out in Yah. What is it? What is it that you have me to do, Father, that I need to know? What am I to do? You see what I'm saying? So know that greater is he that is in thee than he that is in the world. But what am I to do with this? Can I know who I am in thee? Because when he told me, he just told me last year that he had branded me for his name's sake. I already knew, I knew without a doubt, I'm going to be honest, that I was in there. But to brand me is to let me know that there's going to come some time that you're going to have to understand great sorrow in a way that you're going to have to walk therein. So that's why he said they're gonna kill us and think that they do some service. They're going to your children going to turn you in, because when they get the V shot or whatever, they're going to turn you in, and anybody else that don't have it. This is what this whole thing is about, is turning people in against each other. Okay, how? By the mind. This is what they're coming for, to get everybody against. People don't even see the war in their own household that is ready, that is armed, that is about to get bad. Not just in your household, your neighbor, your community, your city, your state. It's from one end to the other. No one is going to escape it. because there's a lot of things that the judgment is in the midst of the whole house of Israel, and they still ignoring it. They on this devil platform telling you what you can eat and what you should not eat. And all that they talking about is for your flesh. Come on now, talk to the people about their spirit, that which going to hold them up so they can see and sense and feel y'all in them. Why are we talking about a black and white? Why are we talking? Oh, no, no, no. Those issues are happening. But I don't need nobody to tell me anything, and I'm living right here in it while you up in the woods somewhere. Why do I need somebody to tell me their personal opinion about what's going on? And I'm living in it. Does that make any sense? It's like somebody telling me if they start a fire and they hung a cross in front of my door, I need somebody from YouTube to tell me their opinion on what took place. And I'm living in the house, and the cross is burning in across the street from me. But then I need somebody to tell me their opinion about it. It doesn't make any sense. It's like having the rappers to rap what you're going through in your community, in your city, in your state. They telling you what this reality is, what's going on, and I need you to speak it so you can get rich telling me what I'm experiencing. That doesn't make any sense. I'm living in it while you getting rich singing what I'm living in. That doesn't make any sense. And that's how these platforms are about. Is wanting to see who can get the first message in that people are going to be running and tripping over just to hear. And they already can see it all across the face of no, not the face of the earth, but all over the world, all over the four corners. Because YouTube and Facebook's Instagram and Patriot and all of them, they telling everything. Everybody telling their business, everybody telling everything. So what is it that, and why do you need somebody to tell you their personal opinion about what's going on? You don't. You need to really find out who Yah is in you. Who are you in the body? Some of you might even supposed to be out there traveling, being one like unto an evangelist. Where's our apostles? We should always have apostles. You know? Why is it we don't have that? People who's going place to place, starting the house of Yah, because they're so busy starting their own gender, their own newfound religion. They don't want to follow the ways of Yah, because his ways come with power. Yes. Right. It is. It's the inner. Right. Exactly. It is. Okay. I'll be careful. Thank you. Okay. I do just that. But he always come in, the store. He bought what what 8 CDs from me Sunday. He always buying a lot of stuff. But yes, and know that women and men, yeah, don't think that y'all don't want you with somebody. I tell you, always wished I had a lot of good connection in North Carolina, South Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, Idaho. Uh, Texas, in Texas, where there were male and female that were single, and they were just looking for a woman of Yah. And The woman was looking for the man of Yah. And that's all they talked about was waiting on the Most High to send someone um, in their lives. And he wouldn't want us to walk this day, the sorrow and all alone. It feels so much better having someone that you can just sit down and talk to, go places, we'll do things together to where, in spite of what's going on in the world, you got somebody. Don't try to limit yourself if you're a single mother or if you're a man that is single. Don't try to put high standards because you don't know what Yah has for you. And whatever he has, you best bet it's going to be humble. It might not be everything that you want in a person, but it'll be everything that you need. It'll be everything that you need in that individual. Okay. And only one can do that is the Most High Yah. And no, it don't end it today. Don't give up on that. But oh, I went into 2 hours again. Oh, I'm being a bad girl. Okay. Anyone have anything else they would like to speak about before we go off? Would you say no? You're not right. Someone said, "I'm glad you all enjoying it." But I need you all to tell me something. Somebody talk to me now. Come on, let's talk in the live chat. Let's talk about situations or yeah, let's talk about something. But I know it's late. I know many people have to get out and to do some things for tomorrow. And tomorrow is Tuesday. Yeah. Okay. And you said, is it okay if took test but not the V? You know what? I think from what I'm feeling spiritual wise, there's something connected to that test. Because when he showed me the 666, he broke it down in 333. Okay. Why I can't explain it. But the first one is the fear and control. Then the second one was the test and the shot. The third one is going to be the seal, which is going to be the chip. Right now, the only way they can bring in the chip to throw everybody off is to get a lot of confusion about the passport and the mandatory vax, the mandatory shot. So they got to throw everybody off, okay? So they can say, okay, those that have it, you just come on and we're going to give you something so you have and always have something showing that you have taken it. That's how they're going to get it. And those people are going to run to get it because they thinking they have entered into heavens. Thank you. Oh, don't. And you know what? You also have to allow yourself to cry and feel lonely, because sometimes even you feeling that way, Yah would respond. You see, he will respond. Even though one time he told me, he said, your tears is icicles to me. And when he said that, I hung my head, I wiped my face. And, said, oh. And I was crying. I was in Atlanta, Georgia. I was like, oh. When he told me that, I was like, what? Okay, let me get up. But when you're speaking of lonely, that there, it required, it is required for you to cry, you know? Because I think so. Because there's so many times that I'm in the house, I'm by myself, I do everything by myself. It's just like, but yeah, it's like a time just feeling just lonely, even though you know you got the greater one that's in you. It doesn't erase your flesh feeling that you're by yourself, even though you know the Most High is with you. It still don't erase the. I don't know if I never heard of that to get rid of the heavy metal. Uh, but you know what? If you be surprised if see Yah said when your hands is off, His hands is on. A lot of us don't want to take our hands off the situation. That means when we, you know, what have you heard of when they say just throw your hands up? Throwing your hands up, it really it leads to you giving it to Yah. And when his your hands is on, His hands is off. When you get tired of the situation and tired of feeling that you by yourself or that you're struggling with a marriage that is doing a lot of things that's not, you know, that's not pleasing to Yah, you got to throw your hands up, your hand up, and surrender to the Most High Yah it all. And you got to stand back and let Him do what He does best. Yes, He is all the time. But He also would put you in that situation just to see if you're willing to turn it all over to Him. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of situations we get in is all about Yah seeing if we're willing to give it up for Him. And in the moment you give it up for Him, He'll turn your whole life around. But I will say this here. I don't think the whole idea of the V and the shot and all of that, I don't think people is really taking it serious. I hear a lot of prophetess. No, let me stop saying it. They say they prophetess and people who are prophets and people who've been on here for so many years saying, "No, it's not the beast. It's not the beast. It's not the 666." They don't. I'm telling y'all, this thing is bigger than the words that we can speak. It's bigger and beyond what our mouth can think and our minds can our minds can think and our hearts can feel. It's way bigger than that. You ain't seen nothing yet. And to me, I'm seeing it, and I'm like saying, Father, why is they don't see the severity or the seriousness of this? He said they don't. It's just like He said, everybody gonna be walking around thinking all is well until it hit to where everybody realized, wait a minute, this is what, and everybody gonna be going chaotic. All righty, and have a good night. Thank you. Yes, pray for our sister. Call out her name before the Most High Yah, that He would do what His will knows how. Just turn it over to the Most High Yah. Okay, you all, I think I'm going to turn in tonight. Okay, we got someone said they could reach out. So know that you have someone touch base. Yes, it's serious. You are so right. Yes, they are. Yeah, they're saying it's not the mark, but I'm finished with it because I'm seeing it from the wilderness. I'm not seeing it from the understanding of the mindset of men and women. I'm seeing it from the wilderness. And if it had not been for his enduring spirit, yeah, I'll be acting up. From what I'm seeing, I'll be acting up. I ain't gonna sit here and tell you no lie. Sister Deborah been crazy as a loony bird. I'm telling you, they would have to put me in a straitjacket. That's just how horrible of a thing that's actually going to take place and is taking place, and no one's paying any attention to it. It's just like when I see all these our nation people killing each other, and nobody's saying nothing. That one guy, it just really dawned on me that in the Most High, it had to be the Most High allowing me to see the deepness because I don't normally paying attention to stuff like that. He was representing himself, very attractive young Negro man. He then took an axe and chopped his baby girls. I think she was 6 or 7. I think she was 6. She was disabled. He killed her. He killed her mother. Even after he had shot her mother several times, he beat her on top of it, set her son on fire, and I think he stabbed his son and set him on fire, something like that. And this world put him on nationwide TV, letting him defend himself. And all he defended, all he wanted to say to defend himself is the police said he hit her with the gun 20 sometimes, and that's a lie. The police are lying. He only hit her, I think he said 4. What? You shot her dead, so what difference? See? And they put him on nationwide television so on the 4 corners can see what type of people we really are. That's why we're going to be hated. See, a lot of times, somewhere, I call it smeared. Don't ever let nobody tell you not to believe in the book, because this book can be controlled by the Ruach HaKodesh. It's like when you go to school, they give you your books. But who teach you? If they don't just give you your books and send you by yourself, they have someone to teach you from the book. Well, that's how the Most High is. He's the teacher, the revealer of this book. So it's a lot of things in it is smeared. But the Ruach cleans it up because he lets you know what's spirit and truth. But yes, they had him on nationwide television. I was like, who would do that? Who think that that's okay? And they had him on there for a whole, more than a couple of weeks, defending himself. And then they had an audacity to put the son who he burnt up and stabbed to testify. How could you people? That's where I knew that things are going on and nobody's seeing where the world is at. It's worse than what you see. But when it comes and it hit hard, people are not going to be able to take it because they haven't prepared themselves in spirit. They haven't prepared their spiritual mind. Yeah, they cross-examined him. You know, this used to be against the law to do that. And he told exactly what happened. Okay, you guys, I think I'm going to turn in. But I appreciate everybody in the live chat. I appreciate you all being here and pray for our sister. And we pray for one another that the Most High will reveal our calling in which He has purposed us and reveal it within us so we can so that you can come back and tell us what thy said the Most High Yah is saying to your spirit to us. Okay. So I, Sister Deborah, say I love you all and I will be back. Enjoy the talk tonight. Wonderful messages. Praise the Most High Yah. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. And don't forget to pray for our sister. And also put a prayer for everyone in the live chat that the Most High will do what He does best and what He has planned for each and every last one of us. Okay. Because I believe you all could be the one that He said that would cross me. The ones that He said that would cross me and bypass me would be the one that would know more than I know. And I love that. I love that. Yes. Because that's how you know His mighty hand, His right hand of power is doing something awesome. That's how I know. Okay. So I say to you all, thank you all and have a blessed night. And don't forget to pray for our sister. All right. Shalom and shalom.